Hello, good day to one and all. This is Miss A. Krishna Sundar, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KAHM Unity Women's College, Mancheri. Today, we are going to discuss one of the most popular plays written by the Russian playwright Anton Chekhov, which is titled as The Bear. So, this is part one where we would be looking at the entire storyline along with the major characters. So, as the play begins, we meet the main character, Elena Ivnovna Popova, who is a young lady. Now, I'm not very sure about the pronunciation of these names because all these are Russian names. So, let's call her Popova. Now, Popova is a very beautiful young lady. The author describes her as having dimples on her cheeks. She's very bright and she has got a very pleasant smile. Now, the sad fact is that she is a young widow now. Now, another character that is introduced is Luca. Now, Luca is a footman. Now, footman is someone who's just like an assistant in the household. So, Luca is the one who's helping Popova in this middle class household. And as the play begins, we find that Popova is actually under the mourning period for her dead husband. She lost her husband 7 months ago, and since then she has taken an oath that she is never going to marry again and she is going to remain shut within her household in the memory of her dead husband. Now, when the play begins, we find Luca advising her. Luca tells her that she should go out and she should breathe some fresh air rather than sitting shut inside this house. In between, we hear another name, that is Toby, who is actually the horse of Popova's dead husband. And since she tries to associate the horse with the memory of her dead husband, she frequently asks if this horse is fed properly. As things stand in this way, a new character is introduced whose name is Gregory Stepanovich Smirnov. Now, Smirnov is a young man, and there is a reason why he has come to meet Popova. Smirnov has actually paid a sum of 1,200 rubles to Popova's late husband, and now that he is in a financial difficulty, he has come to ask this money. Now, initially, Luca stops him and Luca tells him that Popova is not in a mindset. She is not in a condition to talk about this money related issue. But Smirnov cannot wait and he gets into the drawing room of Popova without the permission of Luca. So, from now on, we can see there is a direct conversation that is happening between Smirnov and Popova. They begin their conversation in a very light tone, but Popova tells him that she cannot repay the money very quickly because she needs some time. She tells that her messengers and assistants had gone out and she needs some time to repay the money. Now, Smirnov was not ready to accept this condition, and gradually we find Smirnov shouting and becoming aggressive. So, the relationship between Popova and Smirnov, as we can see, it is really getting darkened, or it is not going in a smooth way. Now, Popova says that she is used to a lonely life, and because of that, she cannot tolerate this kind of noise and voice. So she asks him to stop his aggressive behavior and to stop shouting within her drawing room. Now, Smirnov in turn says that it is because he is too soft that nobody is considering his words on a serious level. So he says that he should become more hard in his nature. And now Popova says that she cannot even tolerate human voice now because she is shut inside her house for the past 7 months, and she pleads that Smirnov should return. And now Smirnov gets into another angle where he starts criticizing the women. Now Popova finds this as ill-mannered and vulgar. Now, as we know, Popova comes from a middle-class background, and this middle-class Russian background is something which is very similar to the Victorian background in England. So there were so many do's and do nots which people confined to during this period. So Popova feels that Smirnov is just aggressive and he doesn't know how to behave when he gets into a new house. Now, Smirnov says that he has had enough with women, and he starts describing the different incidents and experiences that he had with women, and he starts criticizing women on a universal basis. Now, when Smirnov starts criticizing women, Popova too starts describing the fact that even men are not better when you start discussing this. And now she starts talking about her dead husband, and now she says that her dead husband had never been loyal and faithful to her. He never used to find time to spend with her, and he was never loyal to her. He used to come home late. So she is in fact criticizing her husband, though she is talking to Smirnov. Now, when she starts talking ill about men, Smirnov says that all women are pretentious, they are liars, and they cry, and they are just like crocodiles. And now Popova calls him a bear, a peasant, and a monster. So they start calling each other names. So the aggressive behavior is actually gearing up. Now Smirnov says that Popova says that she is mourning the death of her husband. But she is doing this with a face which is powdered, which means she has applied a lot of makeup, and Smirnov is criticizing this part. He says that if she is too much worried about her dead husband, if she is completely immersed within the loss of her husband, how is she able to keep a powdered face? Now Popova comes to a stage where she cannot tolerate this man, and she asks him for a real-time duel, a fight. Now Smirnov is also accepting this challenge, and now Popova goes inside and she takes the pistol. She goes for the pistol, she brings the pistol. Now when she goes for the pistol, Smirnov starts thinking about this lady. Now he has also accepted the challenge, but at this time, Smirnov starts thinking about the power that this lady retains. Imagine a young lady, a young widow, who is ready to fight an unknown man, a stranger, using a pistol. So slowly you can see there is a transformation which is coming in the character of Smirnov, because from his anger, he is slowly melting down to another phase where he starts appreciating the courage of this lady. Now she comes back with the pistol, but now Popova says she doesn't know how to use this pistol. And now she asks Smirnov how to use this pistol. And Smirnov feels that she is an astonishing woman, and now he stands along with Popova and tries to teach her how to use a pistol. So you can see the situation is slowly changing. From an aggressive behavior, both the characters are melting down, and there is a softness, a kind of tenderness which is growing between them. And finally, we see Smirnov proposes Popova. And Popova is not really able to accept this, but at the same time, she is not able to reject this. So Popova is actually in a confused state. She is not giving an answer. She tells Smirnov to go away. Then suddenly she says, please stay back. Again she says, you can go away. Again she says, please don't go, please stay back. So she is actually in a vacillating position, a kind of changing or swirling emotion, as you can see. Now, when this pistol issue comes up, when she challenges Smirnov for a duel, and when Smirnov accepts this, Luka becomes worried and he goes out to call all the other servants. But by the time Luka is back, the entire situation has changed. Now, when Luka is back, we can see there is something going on between Popova and Smirnov. So, when the play ends, we can see both the characters kissing each other, that is Popova and Smirnov. So, finally, the story ends on a positive note where the two of them have actually fallen in love with each other. So this is a scene that Luka finds when he comes back. And when the play ends, we understand that Popova tells Luka to stop feeding the horse Toby. So this is a very clear indication that she has decided to shut herself off from the memories of her late husband. So the entire play is a farce, a comical play. The subtitle is actually a joke in one act. So this is really a comical play where we find a sudden transformation in the characters, and we could also find how human beings can become a slave towards emotions. So we shall continue with the second part where we would be discussing the biography of the other works, the background of the story, and some of the major themes, including the character list. So thank you very much for your patient listening. In case if you have got more queries, suggestions, or if you need more assistance, please do not hesitate to connect with me in my email ID. So thank you very much. Thank you.